The next one I want to talk about is lack of training. Lack of training. This one is probably one of the most dangerous ones. And these are in no particular order. I did save the most important one for last though. So number 3 is lack of training. Now, when I got out of the Navy, right, and remember I was like a VBSS counter-piracy guy, the guys that run the schoolhouse for the VBSS pipeline, they're all retired SEALs that are contracted by the U.S. Navy to teach this school, to teach sailors how to board an enemy vessel and how to conduct a non-compliant boarding. All of these guys are former frogmen. In fact, one of my teachers, when I went through that pipeline, was no other than Rob Roy. You can Google him. He's literally the dude that was on the cover of the old SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs video game from the early 2000s. That dude was one of my instructors. So you can imagine that, like, I had some pretty good confidence with my ability to use firearms by the time I got out of the Navy. Given what I did for a living in the Navy and given who my teachers were, I thought I was like John Wick, right? And once I got out of the Navy and started training people, I really realized quickly how little I know. And I would say now, the version of me now and the training that I've undergone now would whip the shit out of the old version of me that was like, you know, a young like VBSS guy or like a fresh out of the Navy VBSS guy, just because training is so important. One of the big things that you're going to get out of training, especially if you take a proper concealed carry course from a reputable instructor, someone that has a good reputation, definitely want to check into that. But one of the things that you're going to get is training on the law, because that is very, very important when it comes to understanding like when is it okay to pull your firearm out? When is it okay to actually apply deadly force, right? So not just training on how to shoot, training on how to draw from the holster, training how to shoot on the move, training on how to properly utilize cover and concealment, training on the legal implications of using deadly force, training on where and where not to carry, like what kind of actual legal implications are legitimate. One thing that's interesting to understand, a lot of you guys have been to establishments where they have this like firearms are prohibited sign at the establishment, right? Maybe it's like a restaurant or something. You may be interested to know that not all of those signs are actually enforceable by law. There are only a small handful of states that actually have that written into the law code where that is actually a criminal activity to violate that sign, right? So like these are the nuances to pay attention to that are very important. A good rule of thumb is that basically whenever you're trying to learn about laws in a new state, you need to go to wherever that state houses their laws. And the URL will always end in like .gov or like, you know, .ca for California or whatever state that you're in, but you want to look up the laws applicable to that specific state. Don't just Google something, whatever. Don't chat GPT it. For me, it's the South Dakota Legislative Research Council. That's where all the laws are. And like go in there and go into the search engine that's baked into that site and start looking up like deadly force or use of force and stuff like that, and read the law codes for yourself. When you're reading those law codes, you want to utilize something in the professional space which is called plain language analysis. Plain language analysis. Essentially, don't read into the sentence intent that may not be there behind the words. You need to read the sentences of the law for what they physically say. You know what I mean? Just understand these law codes from a plain perspective, plain language analysis. What are the exact words that are being used and the exact implication of those words? So guys, go and get some training. YouTube doesn't count. I'm very grateful that you guys watch these videos and that you're responding to them, liking and commenting and all that stuff. That's great. I love that. Thank you. But like, take this as a genuine recommendation for me to you, you need to go and seek out direct training from a qualified trainer, all right? Not just your local concealed carry permit course. You need to go and like train with some of the best trainers in the country. Like go down to Gunsight, go down to Tactical Response, like go train with COGWorks, or like go train with like Drew Estel from Bear Solutions. Like there are way too many like high-level firearms training companies in this country to where like you have some sort of excuse. One of the excuses might be financial barrier, which like save up for it then, all right? Maybe you don't need to buy another gun. Maybe you need to save up and buy some training, all right? Because here's the thing, guys, no one can ever take your skills away from you. No one can ever take your skills away from you. Like go to a mixed martial arts gym and like learn some Brazilian jiu-jitsu and some Thai kickboxing. No one can ever take that away from you, all right? So go and get some training. Make yourself the real life rendition of John Wick. Make yourself the most dangerous version of yourself that you can possibly be, and have a good heart and utilize that capacity for violence in a justified and honoring manner, all right?